Hi, it's Helen here from The Greek Vegetarian, and today I'm going to be making some meatballs for you and your family. And today I'm going to be using some vegan mince. Now you can use any kind of mince that you like. You can use beef, chicken, pork, but I'm using this just to show you how versatile it is. And we're going to pack the meatballs full of veggies. So I have some zucchinis and carrots, which is a great way of hiding vegetables for the kids. And it's also a great recipe to get the kids involved. They can help you roll the meatballs and you can make the sauce while they're doing that. So we're going to have veggie meatballs cooked in a beautiful rich tomato sauce that you can eat with some subs. So let's get started. And what you're going to need is a food processor, half an onion and some carrot and zucchini, and we're going to pop everything in there. And this is just to make it a little easier so you don't have to chop everything up. So this is the consistency we're after with your zucchini, carrot and your onion. Not only will it hide the veggies from the kids, but it will make sure that the mince and the breadcrumbs and the veggies combine really well. So now that we've done that, we're going to add in our mince. And just break it up a little bit just to help you along the way. Now because this is a vegan mince, it is quite sticky, so you don't need to use an egg to bind everything. If you are using a beef, chicken or pork or lamb mince for this, just whisk one egg and combine it with this mixture and it will just help everything hold together. And we're going to add in some breadcrumbs. And I've got some herbs and spices to put in this dish. So for our sauce, we're going to use fresh basil, but while we're using the mixture, we're going to put in some oregano, paprika, some allspice, salt and pepper. Now that all our spices are in, this is the bit that you can get the kids to help you with. It's messy, it's gooey, it's oozy, and they're going to love it. So just using your hands, just mix everything through, making sure that the veggies, the breadcrumbs and the mince are well incorporated. And you can make these into any kind of shape. I'm going to make these as baked meatballs, and you can eat this dish with spaghetti, with rice, with the subs like we're going to do today. But there's no specific size. If you wanted to make them smaller, you can, for like spaghetti and meatballs, or you can make larger meatballs. You can also stuff them with cheese. There are endless options and they really are delicious. So let's get the kids involved and roll these meatballs out. I'm just going to grab little pinches of the mixture, use your hands and roll them around. So I'm going for a medium size meatball shape. Again, you can make them any size you want to and just place them in the tray. Now, if your fingers are getting a little bit sticky when you're rolling these, you can have a bowl of water next to you and dip your hands in the water after each meatball, and that'll just help keep your hands clean. So now that the kids are rolling the meatballs, or if they're already done, we're going to make a quick and simple sauce to bake the meatballs in. So in a medium heated pan, I'm going to drizzle some olive oil in there, and we're going to pop in some onion, chopped onion, and some garlic. Smells amazing. At this point, if you're liking a bit of heat, you can also add some chili into this. And what we're looking for here is for the onion and the garlic to soften. Now you want them to soften, otherwise in your sauce they'll always remain quite crunchy and they can be a little bit bitter. So to assemble our sauce, we're going to pop in some passata and some tomato paste. The tomato paste really helps with thickening the sauce while adding a beautiful flavour. Just mix that through. And we're going to season this quite well. So our meatballs are seasoned, but our sauce also needs to be seasoned and flavoured. So we're going to go in with some salt and pepper. And what you want to do at the end of the sauce, when it's finished cooking, is taste. Remember to taste it, because the acidity in the tomatoes from each different passata or tinned tomatoes can differ. And if it feels a little bit too tart for you, if you add half a teaspoon or a teaspoon of raw sugar, it'll level out the flavours. Now that we're seasoned, we're going to add in the same herbs and spices that we used for the meatballs. So we've got to pop in a little bit of the paprika, some more allspice, oregano, and we're also going to go in with some fresh basil. So at this point you can put in, let's say 5 or 6 leaves of fresh basil, and then just before you pop it in the oven, or when they come out of the oven, depending on when you're going to serve them, you can pop some fresh basil on top. Stir that through. Now, because we want this to be quite saucy, we are going to add in some vegetable stock. If you don't have vegetable stock, you can just use water, or if you have a vegetable cube or a chicken cube or a beef cube, you can mix it with the water. We're wanting lots of liquid here, so about 4 cups, because this sauce is actually going to cook our meatballs while they're in the oven. So I've poured my sauce on top of the meatballs, and I'm going to put this into the oven at 180 degrees for between an hour and an hour and a half. And the reason that there's such a variance on the time that it takes to cook is it depends on how thick you'd like your sauce. So at the hour mark, just keep checking it. You can cover the meatballs as well with alfoil if you prefer them to remain a lot softer. I like them to have a little bit of a crust on the outside, so I'm just going to leave mine uncovered. I'm going to pop this in the oven now. So our meatballs are out of the oven, our sauce is beautiful and thick, and I have a great little tray here of what I like to put in my subs. So I'm just using hot dog rolls that I've cut in half. You can also make them half again if you'd prefer to have them smaller for the kids. And I'm going to lace mine with some Swiss cheese, and of course these beautiful meatballs. You can put sauces on here if you would like. I just like to use the beautiful sauce that we've cooked the meatballs in. It's full of flavour and it makes the perfect accompaniment. How delicious does that look? I'm going to put some fresh basil on the top of mine. You can put some more cheese on there if you like. We've got some slaw, I've got some baby spinach, and I really like eating little pickles with it too. But that is just perfect. The kids will love it. It's a great snack for any time of the day and even for dinner. Enjoy!